It's midnight. Your thumb is hovering over their name. You scroll up to a conversation that ended months ago. You read their old messages. You check their online status. And your chest feels tight. You tell yourself you miss them. You tell yourself you just need closure. But you're lying to yourself. You don't miss who they actually were. You miss who you were when they were looking at you. Let's be honest about what happens during your day. You have good moments, hours where you feel completely fine. You laugh with a coworker. You get absorbed in a project. You think you're finally healing. And then, out of nowhere, a quiet moment hits. You're driving home. A random song plays. Or you just sit alone in your room on a Sunday afternoon. Suddenly, the silence gets too loud. Your brain starts spinning. You pick up your phone. You open their profile. You look at their photos. You check who they started following recently. You analyze their story captions, looking for hidden messages. You are hunting for any tiny piece of proof that they are suffering too. Any sign that losing you left a permanent scar. You think you are grieving a lost relationship. You think this is what heartbreak feels like. You tell your friends you just can't get over the connection you two had. You analyze every argument you ever had. You repeat the final conversation in your head, over and over, trying to figure out the exact moment things fell apart, trying to edit a script that has already been written. And this is where it gets dangerous, because your mind is playing a psychological trick on you. Your brain doesn't actually care about that person. It cares about the drug they used to give you. When they gave you attention, you felt important. When they texted you first, you felt valuable. When they chose you, you felt like you were finally enough. They became the mirror you used to measure your worth. So, when they walked away, they didn't just leave your life. They took your identity with them. You aren't scrolling through their social media because you love them. You are scrolling because you are going through withdrawal. You are searching for an emotional high you haven't felt since they left. Every single time you check their page, you are begging for a hit. You are asking a phantom to prove that you still matter. Think about how they treated you near the end. Think about the coldness in their voice, the short replies, the hours you spent staring at a screen, waiting for a response, the feeling of having to lower your standards just to keep them interested. If a complete stranger treated you that way today, you would walk away immediately. You wouldn't hesitate for a second. So why do you keep running back to someone who made you feel invisible? You tell yourself, if I could just talk to them one last time, I would get closure. So you draft a long message in your notes app. You write out all your feelings. You reread it 10 times. You debate sending it at 2 in the morning. You think that if you explain your pain clearly enough, they will finally understand. You think they will realize what they lost. But here's the part no one tells you. Closure is a myth you invented to keep the contact alive. You don't want an answer. You want an excuse to hear their voice. Because as long as you are waiting for their response, the relationship isn't really over in your head. The drama keeps them alive in your mind. Look at what you're actually doing. You are holding on to a projection. You created an idealized version of them in your head. A version that understands you. A version that regrets hurting you. A version that sees your value and stays. Every time you miss them, you aren't missing the real, flawed person who walked away. You are missing the fantasy of being saved by them. You think that if they came back tomorrow, the pain would disappear. You think one text saying, "I miss you," would fix your life. It wouldn't. If they came back today, the anxiety would return within 48 hours. Because the problem was never their absence. The problem is the emptiness inside you that you expected them to fill. You built a house inside someone else's opinion of you. And when they moved on, you became homeless. Now you stand outside their door in the cold, waiting for a light to turn on, hoping they will look out the window and feel guilty for leaving you outside. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that you are waiting for the person who broke your self-esteem to rebuild it for you. You are giving absolute power over your happiness to someone who isn't even thinking about you right now. While you lie awake at night, dissecting old conversations, they are living their life. They are sleeping soundly. They are making plans for the weekend. And you are sitting in a museum of your own memory, polishing ghosts. Think about how much energy this takes from you. The mental bandwidth you waste every day. The focus you lose at work. The distance you put between yourself and people who actually care about you right now. You are burning your present to keep a dead memory warm. You are terrified of letting go because you think letting go means forgetting. You think if you stop checking on them, it means the time you spent together meant nothing. So you hold on to the pain like a trophy. You treat your sadness as proof that your feelings were real. Here is the uncomfortable truth you need to hear. They didn't break your heart. They broke your ego. Your heart knows you deserve someone who stays. Your heart knows that real love doesn't make you beg. It is your ego that can't accept that someone looked at everything you had to offer and chose to walk away. Your ego wants to win them back, just to prove that you could. You don't need them to text you back to have peace. You don't need them to apologize to heal. You don't need them to admit they made a massive mistake. The closure you are desperately searching for isn't hidden in their phone. It's in your decision to stop asking for permission to be okay. It is time to put the phone down. It is time to delete the notes app drafts. It is time to block the profile you check every night. Not out of anger, not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. You don't miss them. You just forgot who you were before you made them your entire world. And the moment you stop looking for your worth in someone else's hands, you finally get your life back.